said yesterday that the last time you traveled to a game 3 time zones away, there's just something that's a little off when you try to play. Did you have that as you were watching your guys the first 10 minutes? Did it seem like there was just something that was off, and did you think it might have been the jet lag like we talked about?
Yeah, it crossed my mind. I'm like all screwed up on time. Like I'm where I am now, I guess. But we just, I thought we were playing hard to start the game. We just weren't playing smart. You know, and give Arizona credit. You know, they came out and they were banging threes on us, and you know, we weren't guarding the ball the way we needed to guard the ball. We weren't in position the way we needed to be in position. And you know, a lot of times when the team gets rolling like they were, you hug up on your man and say, I'm not going to get scored on. He can get scored on, and we can't play that way. And you know, that was what we talked about at halftime of don't be selfish on defense. We can't win if we play selfish on defense. And I thought that was one of the big keys to the start of the second half was just our activity.
All the way back.
Thad, how has LaQuinton just evolved and matured from the time, you know, he just evolved and matured from the time, you know, he was recruited into the guy we saw out there tonight hitting that big shot?
Well, you know, LaQuinton has really grown in a lot of areas. You know, I've always said this about LaQuinton. He knows more information about stuff, and I always ask him not how do you know this, but why do you know this? And I'm talking from hockey. He's looking at the banner, telling about the hockey. He's talking about the NFL. He's talking. I mean, just it's amazing. I think the biggest thing that he's done is he's, you know, and I've used this word a lot, is he's engaged himself in all the little things, and that's made him a better basketball player in terms of practice, an attitude to practice, bringing a you know, just an overall mindset that he's, you know, he's in, and he's really become prideful in the little things in his game, and it's really, you know, propelled him to be a better basketball player. I'm proud of him.
Blue Blazer. Blue Blazer.
LaQuinton called himself immature last year. His teammates just told me that he rebelled last year quite often. And was there ever a point where you wondered if he's going to be able to last in your program?
No, because he's such a good kid. I mean, he's got a heart of gold. Character-wise, we recruit great kids, and LaQuinton is definitely a great kid. What happened last year was, you know, he didn't join us till mid-December, and he missed you know, grade school, junior high, high school, because those first 2 months of the season are the most important months in terms of fundamentals, that sort of thing. So when he got here, he was a little bit behind. And, you know, and I told him at one point, I said, look, I can't hold tryouts during the Big Ten. You know, the league is too good. And to his credit, he kept working. He you know, he got better, had a great off season. And like I said, I'm very, very proud of him, because, you know, there's a lot of times there's a defining moment for a young kid, and you know, he's had not only day, but he's had some big baskets. You know, as his defense is getting, you know, Ashley went by him there in the first half, forced Deshaun's help. The one kid hit the three in the corner, and I'm like, I told him, I said, you're either going to defend or I'm not putting you back in the basketball game. And to his credit, he did a really, really good job.
Is there a lesson there in this time where, you know, particularly a kid who was rated as the #1 eighth grader in the country at one point, is supposed to be fast-tracked to the NBA, and so we see transfers and frustration. Is there a lesson here with him that, you know, maybe if you fight through it, things can work out? You don't always have to run from everything.
No question about that. And I think, you know, the guy sitting next to him was a very similar product. And the one thing that, Gary, we talk about it, and I think this is in recruiting, you're going to be a product of the environment that you choose. And one of the things I'm most proud of is the environment we have in our program. And you know, what you're asking is kind of the stick-to-itiveness to see the big picture. It's not as easy as people think it is. excites me is I'm sitting up here and I'm listening to him talk, and I'm thinking about, when Deshaun came to Ohio State, it was a process, and there's only a small group of those guys that just boom go. It happened so quick for him, and to LeQuentin's credit, he stayed the course, and I told him all along, you're a starter on this basketball team. They don't call your name at the beginning, but you're going to play starter minutes, and he just smiles and does his job.
Bob Kaiser over here.
Bob Kaiser, Long Beach Press Telegram. At the start of the second half, you guys drove the baseline a lot, and it really seemed like for the rest of the half, none of their big men were at all comfortable, no matter where you guys. Was that by design, or was that just the flow of the game?
Honestly, it was kind of the flow of the game, just in terms of we were getting stops and we were able to get out and push in transition, and that was kind of where the opener. I thought guys showed great patience in terms of letting it develop and making great reads. And we had it in the first half. We missed like 5 layups in the first half down there along the baseline, and that was we were able to finish there in the second half.
Right. Right over here.
You have a short turnaround until Saturday. What are you happy with right now? What do you feel like you need to improve on in the next day and a half? And do you have a preference on who wins tonight?
I'm happy to be playing on Saturday, number one, first and foremost. In terms of preference, I really don't. I'm in another hour and a half, we've got both teams broken down. We'll sit down. Guys will be watching film tonight of either opponent. I know this going into the game. There's a reason we're playing in the Elite Eight against whoever it is, and it's going as we've had so far in this tournament, another hard-fought battle. I tell you what, I'm happy with the guys' perseverance in terms of being down 11 in the first half. I thought they kept their composure. There was a couple times when we could have crumbled, and they stuck with it. Cut it to 4. We talked about, hey, we were just here against Michigan State in the Big Ten tournament. We were just here against Wisconsin in the Big Ten tournament. Let's get back to what we're doing. So, with that said, I told the guys before the game, I said, here's the beauty of this game against Arizona. We have to be who we are to win this game. If we're not who we are, we're not going to win the game. And that would probably be, I thought in the second half, we were who we were.
What do you feel like you need to improve on still?
Well, we need to check, make sure that our defense is where it is. And I say that catering to whoever we're going to play and taking away what their main things are. I love how unselfish we're playing offensively right now. And, one of the biggest things we talked about going in this game was rebounding. We out-rebounded Arizona by 2. And that was, an issue for our guys in terms of we knew we had to rebound the ball. So very, very pleased with how we rebounded the ball today.
All right, we have time for one more question. Back there in the corner.
Sean had talked earlier about how he started to foul up 3 in the final seconds after that Ohio State 25-footer or whatever. Was there any thought there at the end to foul if they would have bounded it shorter or anything like that?
Yeah, we talked about the problem. I had a timeout left, and we were looking at the alignment, and we felt pretty comfortable that we could make him catch it where we want. Lenzel, he stretched out, got his hand on that ball. Just a tremendous effort. Q was on the ball, did a great job. If they would have been dribbling, 4 or 5 maybe would have. But like I said, I liked the alignment we had. I liked where our guys they seemed to have a feel for what we were attempting to do, what we told them to do.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Mark Wallenberg's here. If you need anything.